My name is Jackie Hillman. They call me Jackie. It's Jacqueline Hillman, Jacqueline Owens Hillman. I am originally from Johnston, South Carolina, a little small town, 27 miles out of Augusta, Georgia. I was reared in a small neighborhood in South Carolina, community, very close community, really, I guess you would call Christian-based neighbors who looked out for all the children, and that was pretty much like a village, shall I say. They had a saying that whatever you do in the streets or outside your house, it'll beat you home, because they'll end up calling your parents and telling you what you've done. I am the oldest or eldest child of 5 children. I had 2 brothers, 2 sisters, a set of twins. Oh my gosh, those twins. I 7 years older than those twins. My mom came home from the hospital. I did not want the twins there at the house. My parents, they met in college, and they married while they were in college. And shortly after that, I was born. And they both were professionals. My daddy was a high school principal. My mom was a teacher, English teacher / librarian. My dad was a disciplinarian. He had an Army background. My dad, I thought, was very successful, but then it was in later years that I realized he was successful because of my mom. I would describe her as angelic. If I could be like her, I would do all I could to be like my mom. She was the biggest influence in my life. In 1964, they passed the Civil Rights Bill. My life changed completely. We would board a bus in the morning, and we had to get to school before the other students came in because of all the chaos. We went to our classrooms, and we always had to be in our classroom initially in the morning before they did, because it was just bad going down the halls. They would throw paper at us. We went in there knowing that we would be, I guess you would say, ridiculed or abused, and that was something that was expected. And we knew nothing was going to be done about it. It was just a horrible experience. When it was time for me to graduate, normally they would have graduation on the football field, but they changed that because of the threats that we had gotten. Most of the threats were, if she marches out on that football field, we're going to kill her. So they had graduation in the gym. This school was called Strom Thurmond High School. And Strom Thurmond himself was one of the biggest filibusters in Congress. After I graduated, of course, I went to college and I met my husband. I ended up teaching at Strom Thurmond. The irony of that is some of the teachers that taught me were in the teacher's lounge with me. I had known Oscar, my 4 years in college, and then we were married for 45 years. So I had known him I knew him longer than my parents knew me. Oscar was very laid back, just a good guy. If you told him about something you had, he was so happy for you. On May 8th, 2017, I went to the store. I came back and I found Oscar on the floor. He had a heartbeat, but he was pretty much brain dead. So I lost my college sweetheart, my husband, my friend, the whole bit. Marriage seemed to be so easy. I would say before you even think about entering into the relationship, you need to consider whether or not you are friends. That's the biggest thing, if you're friends. And also, if you are having some issues now, if you don't resolve those, it will get even worse as you get married. But I have to say, marriage seemed so easy for me and Oscar. And I guess because we were friends. Is that the reason why? And we talked things out. Then along the way, if you have some issues, we went to a therapist and we worked things out. That's the whole thing. And you have to understand that you cannot change a person. You can't change them. You have to learn to accept them for what they are. Nobody's not going to change. They might do it for a couple of months or so, and that's it. I have 3 children. I have 2 girls and 1 boy. We plan 2 of our kids because of college. So we said we're going to do 4 years in between them. Went in to get my foot surgery on my bunion. Did the blood work, and they told me I was pregnant. I'm the 3rd child. I have 4 grandchildren. The oldest has 2, and my middle child has 2. That's my joy. The grandkids are my joy. It's almost as if I got a second chance. My biggest deal is being true to yourself, being true to who you are. With hopes of making yourself better than you are.